Hi, fellow traders. Hope everybody's having a great holiday weekend. We're right up in the middle of it. It's been exciting for me. Can't wait to see what the rest of the weekend brings. But I want to take a minute to do my recap. I know I missed Thursday, I missed Friday. Just getting ready to leave, traveling, trying to get all of the mentor sessions in. For those that wanted to have one before the holidays, and everybody's trying to get ready for 2018. And again, just like last year my message was start where you are with what you have. This year is the same. I thought about it, and this only makes sense. Starting where you are, what you have. You have to start somewhere. And no matter how small of an opportunity or window you have, the opportunity is here. Now, I've done everything I could to provide in a simple, inexpensive way for you to learn this industry, to build a foundation. Will you stay with me? You may not. You may grow beyond the confines of our community. That's what every teacher wants. That's what every parent wants. Is to watch their child grow and grow beyond what the circumstances that they have that's surrounding them. And that's what I'm looking for you. But what I'm saying is you can't look at, even though this is a small opportunity, a small window that you have to start, you can't look at it as small. This could be the gateway to your next big opportunity. You can't. You have to continue on. I look at it, I had a fourth quarter promotion. I started at $1,500. I had some people come in and I struggled the first couple of weeks. Over half of them just quit watching. They stopped. And you know what? They missed out on some of the biggest and the best lessons that they could learn. Because you're going to see in a minute just how far we took that $1,500. Even though we had a struggle in October. The first 3 weeks of October it was abysmal. But we made it through. And that's what trading is all about. And that's why you watch. You watch somebody go through this. Because trying to figure it out and watching all of this other stuff, you think it's too easy. And it's not. You have to start somewhere. You have to build that foundation. And your opportunity to start is now. So you keep working. You keep doing what you have to do. You keep preparing yourself because you don't know when that big opportunity is going to come. There's a guy everybody talks about. A lot of you may not be familiar with the NBA. I don't even watch the NBA games until the finals. I love college athletics. I love amateur sports. I think that's where the heart is and the soul of sports, exists. But there's a guy named Yogi Ferrell. The Dallas Mavericks needed a player. So they called him up, gave him $100,000 for a 10-day contract. They said, hey, we'll give you $100,000. We only need you for 10 days. We got to fill his roster out. But, yeah, he could have come in and not been prepared. All through the D League and playing in the sub NBA leagues, he could have just said, I didn't make it, so, I'm just going to do this. But no, he worked hard. He worked hard because he knew if he worked hard, he would get another opportunity. He needed to be ready. That 10-day contract turned into a full-time multi-million-dollar deal. Because in those 10 days, everything that he worked on, all the hard work, sweat, and motivation, paid off. So what I'm saying, what I'm putting to you, the opportunity is here. You guys have the opportunity to start, to build that foundation. If it takes you beyond the walls of average Joe trading, then great. That's what I want. I want you guys to grow beyond the walls. And if you stay because you enjoy the community, because you enjoy the camaraderie, you enjoy helping others to get to where you want to be. That's the big push. So, you got to be ready. So the opportunity is here. I'm providing you with everything. All the classes are free. All you do is subscribe to the community, and we can start 2018 off and running. All right, we're doing the 12 days of Christmas. We're winding down. We've only got a couple more days left. Every day leading up to Christmas, I've given out subscriptions to my members. I'm not running a Christmas special saying, hey, I'm giving you X amount of dollars, join for a discount. That's not what it's about. I'm giving all of the breaks and the discounts to people who are already members. And I'm giving away, they're getting these memberships. They don't have to pay anything. They're getting it. And if they paid for a membership in the last 90 days, they're just getting a refund from their previous and then starting over right now. So, they could have up to 90 days free. These are the type things that I do to try to show you I care about your education. I don't care so much about you giving me money. Yeah, we need money to keep this going. I had to just pay for my subscription for both the chat rooms. But, we got to have money for that. But I'm not trying to get rich off of this. I make my money trading. You guys see that. And you're going to see more of it because we're bringing in the swing trading. So, and that'll be added to the bottom line. So you're really going to see, what you can do if you put your mind to it, you work hard, and just go through and trust the process. All right, so on Friday, we gave away, inside the present, was a lifetime membership to Average Joe Trading. As long as I'm living, you be with me. Now, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. You may not want to be with me that long. But Timo is a member who Leo pulled out of the bag. Leo is my day trading cat. And he likes going in bags, digging stuff out. So I said, hey, why not put everybody's name in the bag and let him get it out? And he pulled out Timo. So he gets a lifetime membership. He'll never have to buy or pay for anything. He needs to, have a session where we need to talk. Then we do that. So he is one of them. I'm going to give away one every day up until Christmas. So look for tomorrow. The one for today, I'll either post tonight or in the morning. But we got one for Saturday, Sunday, and Christmas Day. So look for those to come. All right, so I'm going to quickly go through the trades from the last 3 days. So CMG was our opening range. Breakdown here. Let's see, CMG. So at 934, I bought 100 shares, and then at 938, I turned around and bought 50 shares, and oh, I know what. I'm sorry. I got you guys. This has been since Thursday, so I got confused. Okay, CMG is the one that I held overnight. This is the one that I was telling you I held overnight. I got in at the close, and I was, I posted it. I sent it out on YouTube as well. Where I got in and I was looking for a gap down. We didn't get the gap down until the open. So this is where I covered. I covered half here. I covered some more here. And then once we got back over to VWAP, I covered the rest. And you can see we just traded sideways really the rest of the day. So this was a beautiful, beautiful trade. Before fees and commissions, we locked in $1,040. And before I forget, I am updating this. I realized, because I was basically swing trading out of this, I didn't have the per share option in Speed Trader. I was still paying the 4 something, whatever it was when I started. So I did get that switched. I'll be, it only makes sense, and I will be using Speed Trader for the rest of this next week. I'm almost to a decision on whether I'm going to use Shield Trader anymore or not, but that's to come. But you can see, let's see, did I do anything else with this? Okay, got 100 out, 50, 50. Okay, and I shorted some more at 1047. So I shorted it here. So I got out here, I shorted it here, but you can see it traded sideways all day. But I shorted it, and I did get a little bit. I shorted it here, 200 shares. Covered it, covered it here and covered it here. Here and here. But, didn't get much out of that. So that was CMG. CMG was the big trade that I held overnight. So ERJ is, let's see. This one was the one that I took. It was a halt and a news play. So you can see on ERJ, I shorted it here. 1,000 shares. Well, I shorted it 500 shares here. And then we got to push up, so I shorted it again. I added more to it. Now, one thing about being in Speed Trade, I've got more buying power, and I'm able to do, it's just a freer environment to trade. So I added to this, ended up covering some here, covering some here, and I think I got the last bit. Let's see. So I got the last bit here, and then I shorted it here at 23.93, and then ended up getting stopped out. But you can see this is the complete deal here. Only ended up with 112.36 on this, because this has all 7 tickets on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I just didn't get the whole chart from where we got stopped out. But pretty decent. Just didn't get the move I wanted. I was actually looking for it to flush. Test this again, possibly, wash out, but it didn't happen. So felt pretty good about picking up the money on it. I can't find, where is PCG? Oh, that's the one that I lost on. I need to find that ticket. I thought sure I had that that chart too. But NKE, this is the after close trade I did. This was on earnings. This is the one that I couldn't really figure it out. We were in chat, after the close, and I was sitting here. I was saying I just can't get a bead on this. Look at what it did. And so finally, I was able to get short here. Still thought I made a mistake, but I got short here, covered some here, and I let it run all the way back because I knew this was coming down. And I almost held some overnight, but I didn't. I ended up taking it off here once it looked like we weren't going to break this. But and we ended up breaking it. So if I'd have held on to it for another 15, 20 minutes, I'd have been able to, get my target on this. So I just closed this out, and I said I'm going to be all over it, tomorrow morning. We should, have a good day tomorrow on this NKE. This was Thursday, so I was looking for it Friday. And you can see we did okay on it. I mean, I probably could have done better, but we did okay. No complaints. But I was pretty pleased that we had our second $1,000 day. Sunday we did almost $2,000. Today we did over $1,000. So that was, I was real pumped up about that. So we come into, this is Friday, and I try to get on XPO. Right here. This was, I can't see the time. This thing is so, I can't even see anything with this. But this XPO, we just nailed it to the wall on Friday. You can see starting at 1. This was another news play. I think it was a halt. And I got in at 13:45 right here and just took profit. Got stopped out here at break even. Ended up getting back in here. Took some profit here, 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 and here. And then we shorted it. Right when I was a little bit late getting in. This thing washed on me and I jumped in. It did pull back a little bit. Would have given me a more respectable entry. But this was still solid. I wasn't chasing it because this was the first candle. Now, had I done that over here or over here, then yeah, I'd be chasing it. So I got in, took some off at the 9, and just scaled out. And then we I went long again, sold it, shorted it, sold it. So I just took, we got long and short. We just worked this trade out. And this was beautiful. And this was the Friday before the Christmas holidays. And we've been sitting there kind of bored out of our minds, sitting on red all morning. And then this came along. But this goes right back to what I was saying in the beginning. If I wasn't ready to take advantage of this opportunity when this trade came, this could have easily been a disastrous. I could have easily turned this red. But I was ready. I was prepared, was locked in. And you can see, overall, we made, before commission, $654.28. Just beautiful, working it. And this number here is going to be considerably less starting next week because I've got the per share commission. And I'm trading less than 1,000 shares, so it only makes sense for me. And NKE, this was what I started in the hole with. I mean, I had a $500 loss on this at the open. And just plain stupid trade. I got short here. It sold off. I could have taken profit, but I wasn't fast enough. Couldn't catch it. It came back up and ran right back up and stopped me out. $500. I was out. And then I took a 500 share position. Took a 500 share position, and I was done. So I bought it and tried to flip it long, and sold some at 62.23. This was just crazy. The first trade was just crazy. Then I just kind of fought back and ended up $28 to the good. I mean, I was down. I mean, after commissions, I probably broke even on this because I was down, $500 on this. Once I looked at it after the close and I looked at the actual trade on this, it was pathetic. But I can't blame anybody but myself because I made that mistake. And typically, this is what happens after a big day. You come in with all this confidence, thinking you know what you know, and you really don't know, and you get burned. And that's what happened on that. But I kept my head and wits about me. We fought back and brought it back around. ERJ was a late day trade that I got in only, and I'm not going to lie to you, only because I looked at my P&L and realized I was, where I looked at my P&L and I realized how close I was to, recovering. And that's what got me back trading. All because I looked at my P&L. But today, I was focused, I was locked in, and it got me, everything was just worked out because I was focused. I didn't have the wrong mindset when I was trading. It wasn't a revenge mindset. It was, I wiped the morning out and I just focused on what we had in front of us. And that's how I was able to nail this XPO. Only way I was able to nail this XPO is by focusing and being in. So ended up what was it, 6? Yeah, I think all of these are the same. Yeah, 654.83. I didn't know if I had an updated one or not. But yeah, 654.83 is what we ended up on Friday. Could have been another $1,100 day, but took that big loss in the morning, $500, and had to eat that. So all in all, a pretty decent week. We can look at our stats. Before commissions and fees, 36.66. And again, at the beginning of the year, this is going to reflect my my fees and stuff. I didn't want to change it up in the middle of the quarter and the reporting month, so I like everything to be in order. So just being all over the place didn't make sense, and it'll mess up my record keeping. So right now, this is not showing my commissions and fees. Plus, all that's going to change anyway. So average daily gain this week, I averaged $733 a day. Not bad. And we were trading small and conservative. And I had some big losses that were just dumb. Clean that up and we'll be doing good. These stats are not my, they just give me reference. I'm not living and dying by my stats. They're just letting me know, where I am in terms of my accuracy. But I'm almost at 70% last week. There was a time last week when I was at 30%. After Tuesday, that's where I was. But I just look at this as a reference to help me see, is there something changing drastically from week to week? And if it's not, then I'm going to be fine. Here's that 560 loss. This is the loss on NKE that I took out of the gate on Friday. That was my biggest loss for the week. Everything was in check this week until Friday. You can see Tuesday was the only red day I had. And it was really after the open. What I've been seeing is after the open, we haven't been getting the follow through that we want to see on continuation moves. We get the initial move, we get a bounce or a pullback, and then we get half of a move. We don't get the cover. And that's what happened on, I think, that loss I took on PCG. We had the opportunity to cover, but it was 10 cents away from where I wanted to cover. And it didn't make sense for me to do that. It just didn't make sense at all for me to cover there. So I didn't. and we ended up giving some money back. But I don't want to get in the habit of just taking profit and it messing up my risk tolerance. Okay, my losses, I got out quick. 5 to 9 minutes, which is kind of what I want to see. I don't want to see me holding losses like this almost 2 hours. I want to dump my losses quick so I can focus on letting my winners run. And that's, this was a pretty good week. Pretty good week all the way around. And here's December. And I'll show you, we'll look at my, what the actual was here in a minute. For December, up to this point, 71.36. Real nice gains. This is pre-commissions and fees. Not bad at all. Only 60% accuracy, but if your risk management is in place, you're going to make money. You don't even have to worry about that. So the average hold time on winning trades about 2 hours, losing trades about 1 hour. It's about what I want. I'm happy with that. In December, I did have a couple of huge losses, but those translated into big gains. So you want to see your largest gain double your largest loss. That means that you are thinking at least 2 to 1. Every now and then you're going to see a mistake here, but that's fine. All right, so for the after commissions and fees this week, $34.93.17, almost $3,500. There's not a big gap between the commissions and fees this week because I took less trades, and these big wins, it didn't take a whole lot of trades to get there. So for the month, after commissions and fees, $58.39.20. That's awesome. I'm very pleased. This is going to be a strong end to the quarter. And the beautiful thing is, if you stuck with me, if you weren't one of those that quit when the going was tough in the beginning, you got to see me go through that, and you got to see all of these trades happen live. If you stayed in aftermarket and you didn't have to leave, you got to see those trades. There may have been one or two that maybe because the platform was locked up or whatever, but you at least got to see the ending of it. But you got to see everything. You got to see me go from a zero to a hero, and that's what it's all about. Having the right attitude, having the right mentality. Yeah, it's okay to get mad. Yeah, it's okay to get frustrated. But you have to have a process of getting over it and getting back focused and getting back to the game, because if I don't trade, I don't make a living. If I don't make any money trading. So so far this has been a pretty good week. I'm going to do my best not to mess it up. Tuesday will be another half day for me because I'll be traveling back. I'll still be here in North Carolina for the 26th that morning, Tuesday morning. I'll be shutting down about 12 or 1 and then heading back to Columbia. And then the rest of the week I'll be there, full time. But just want to let you give you a heads up on that. But you can see solid. So for the fourth quarter, from that struggling beginning, those first struggling weeks in October where nothing seemed to be going right, to now, we have got $12,008.32. Before commissions and fees. We'll look at what it is total now. But that's what it was. I mean, it's about a 60% win rate. Then I'm right 60% of the time, which is awesome. I mean, 60 to 70% is great. This means my risk tolerance is good. Just perfect. Nothing to complain about there. And you can see after commissions and fees, okay, we got 1208, almost $2,000 in commissions and fees. This should be cut in half. switching over to this speed trader. This should be cut in half. So, I'm looking forward to that. But, this is not bad. This is one quarter, and we started with $1,500. I've got almost 12 grand in my money that I started with, and it's this is what we do. This is exactly what I try to teach everybody to do. That you can do it. You got to start small. You're gonna go through your bumps and bruises. Doesn't matter who you are. If you're starting with $1,500, $2,000, you're gonna go through these bumps and bruises. You're gonna get stopped out of some trades before they work because you don't have the ability to allow it to work. You have to stay in your lane. But once you start building your account and you start spreading your wings and you start developing your skill, you're able to do things and open up and loosen up and give trades more range. And you're understanding the levels and the price action. All of that works. So that's it for me. I know it's a pretty long recap, but I had to do those 2 days that I missed and kind of bring you to, what you're seeing. So if you guys that are still a part of the program, if you join me for the December guys, they got to see it all. They got to see everything positive. The fourth quarter promotion guys saw a rough start. But in a way, I'm glad you did because you were able to see me go from a zero to a hero. And that's what it's all about. So you guys have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy yourself. I'm sorry, all of my family has come over. So now the noise is extremely loud. So it's right at the right time when I'm winding this up. But you guys have a great holiday weekend and Merry Christmas. And I will see you guys on Tuesday morning.